As a student who has had his tuition raised every year he's attended here, I think it's absurd that the administration is asking faculty to take a cut. It's absurd. It shouldn't stand. In my department, I have one tenured faculty professor who has been here at least over 25 years, if not 35 years. She was one of the kindest individuals I had, that I came to know and love. And she's just one of many teachers who I'd be more than happy to stand beside. I just know I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for them. They deserve the entire student body's support for their sacrifices. And I worry that the administration keeps pushing them the way they do, that they will leave the best and brightest of this campus, of this university, the ones that are empowering the students, that are educating the students. I'm worried that they will have no other option but to move on to greener pastures.
It's a pretty disappointing situation. Faculty should get more support. They should be able to stand up for what they believe in. I think that they're mostly confused. I think most students don't know what's going on, and since the faculty is not allowed to talk about the issue with their students, they're not allowed to advocate, and they're really not allowed to inform because that could be mistaken as advocation. It's disappointing because students are only getting one side of the story, and unfortunately that one side is not remotely objective. The email that we got the night that the Faculty Association decided to start their work stoppage, the email that the administration sent out that evening was absolutely disgusting, saying that the faculty were the members calling irreparable damage to the students and that they were a disappointment. And that is not an environment at all. Whether or not you support the faculty, the administration should not be sending out such biased, subjective emails that are going to influence how students view the situation. That's them advocating themselves. And it was a very poor choice, it was an immature choice, and I think it really showed a lack of character. I support the CMU faculty all the way. They have always been there to support me. They've always been kind and wonderful. I don't know how else to explain it. They've just always been there for me. And for pretty much any other student I've seen them come in contact with. I respect them for what they're doing. I think it takes a lot of guts to stand up against administration and against students who don't know what's going on. And, you know, I support them wholeheartedly.
I felt like that if they hadn't gotten the court order, that they should still be out here fighting, and since they can't, we have to help them and show them that we care.
Well, the administration, I don't think, has really been very flexible at all, and haven't they been pretty hardcore in just keeping it the way that they want it. But I think that they should bend with, you know, the staff, because they're the people who are really the root of the school, and without professors, you don't really even have a university when it comes right down to it.
Yesterday, I actually wasn't told. I read in the CMU Life paper that President Ross called students children. Last time I checked, I was not a child. He asked us to let the adults handle it, so I feel like I should have a say and have a voice in this. But we're not being heard. Our emails that are being sent aren't being read or reviewed. So I feel like, you know, other than the faculty, since they can't speak, we can, but no one's listening. Honestly, I feel like since it's like a back and forth thing, I feel like they maybe should listen to the voice of the students. Maybe we have an opinion no one else has, right. And you never know until you listen, right?
The reason that most students come here and stay here, and speaking as a graduate student, the reason that graduate students come here is because of the quality of the instruction. It's why I'm here, is my relationship with faculty and the quality of the classes that I've been able to take. I'm really angry. Obviously, I don't get to fall into a category of being, you know, an incoming freshman, 18 years old. I mean, I understand exactly, and most students understand exactly what's going on. We're all adults here, no matter what our age is, and we're capable of thinking for ourselves, deciding what's going on, and I feel it's extremely disrespectful.
My stance, I'm on the faculty side. I think they have every right to strike, even though there's a court order against them.
It should be their right not to come to class if they're not receiving the benefits that they think they should get. as a whole. I mean, it's not like one teacher is fighting for a ridiculous, increase. What they're asking for is fair.
As a graduate student who did my undergrad at CMU, I'm out here protesting because the faculty supported me through my undergraduate studies, and in these hard times I feel like it's my duty to support them in return.
You can't apply a business model to education. Quality of education has to come over profit. It's the ideal way to run a business. I mean, if you want to run a business, you got to make a profit, but that's not how you should run a school, especially when students are coming here and expecting the best education that the administration can give them.
There's not going to be incentive for teachers to stay here. There's not going to be incentives for good teachers to come here. So, it's not so much, I've heard people arguing that this is hurting the students. And in the short term it is, if you can't go to classes and you miss classes, you're not learning, and that's what we're here for. But in the long term, it's going to hurt the students a lot more if we can't attract quality faculty like the ones we have right now, and we can't keep the quality faculty that we have right now. There's a lot of rhetoric going around from the administration that just kind of brushes everything off and says, in a lot of ways, it's demonizing the faculty, which is also not good, because then students who are taking those classes, when things are settled, they're going to be thinking to themselves, well, this is, faculty members that the administration doesn't support, and why should I support them? Why should I, pay attention in their class? Why should I learn from them? The faculty are fantastic here. I mean, I've only been here a year, and already I've gotten to know most of the professors in the chemistry department, and they've all been, absolutely wonderful and open and ready to help me whenever I have, don't understand something or I have an issue or something like that. There's just been fantastically helpful.
I love my faculty. I'm an English major, and the English department has been great to me. They have worked tirelessly. One of my professors has gone on the internet to find scholarships for me to afford grad school and do independent study with me, even though she's not getting paid for it, so I can write a great paper and get into grad school and keep going on with my education and my future. As a student, I feel outraged that the administration has decided to oppress the people that are making this university run and be what it is. It's not about the buildings or the fancy buildings or bringing people here. It's about a good education and having a faculty that support you and care about you. And that's what we have at CMU. And it's a unique thing to have. Not many universities have that. So I just feel outraged that they're doing this to the faculty, because they do not deserve it after all they've done for me and many of other students that I know.